And this is Stock Shots. Now, please remember, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you my opinion based on things that have happened in the past. So always look to your left. The charts will tell you what may happen. And of course, do your own due diligence, aka your research. I'm just giving you my opinion based on support, resistance, supply, demand, and some other indicators that may be on the screen. So, with that being said, enjoy. And here's another episode of Stock Shots. Okay, welcome back to another episode of Stock Shots. We are going over our favorite things, the funds and the TSP. So with that being said, let's get started with the C fund. We're going to be talking about the SPX, aka S&P 500. Let's make sure that we have a good idea of what may be going on. So at this moment, I will be talking about consolidation. That means literally if price action does this. If price action stays in a box for an extended period of time. So you never know how short or how long it may do this. It could do it for a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks. But I'm thinking that we may do it for about this amount of time, maybe up until, that's too long. Let's give it until maybe the 18th, tops, of December. We may stay up in this box area here. And the only reason I'm saying that is because at this moment we're topping out. Okay, so a lot of the markets are topping out at this moment. There's time for a pullback. The pullback, you can generally see that if we are going along with our trend line from here, here, and here, let's go with this. Here's our learning tool. So our trend line is this line right here that we've been going along. When we came out the last time, all we did was go right back in and start following that trend line again. So we've touched it 1, 2, 3. We went past it, came back in. So worst comes to worst, we're looking for a very small pullback. It may pull back to around this area here. That'll line up right there. So let's say we put a little line here just to see if this is going to be valid. All right, here. There. Let's see if it pulls back to that area. And we'll see what happens. But for me, I'm expecting a little sideways action and then a pullback and then continuation going forward. All right, some of the things that make me say that are this is not going to be technical, this is going to be fundamental. The fundamental part. So we first and foremost have an election year. You can't have the markets down during an election year. So what we're going to be looking for is the Feds to cut rates next year, and then that will take us from this point here, and this is what a lot of people ask, well, where are we going to be going? Where are we going to be going? All right, so let's look and see real quick. We're going to go back. We're going to go back. Hey, guess what? I don't think this has been charted because I don't think we've been this high before. But you can set a price target for at least this high. And let's see where it is. Let's put a nice little horizontal there. And that's for something else. There we go. And let's zoom back in. We're looking for our next high. If we get our pullback and then we go forward, the next place we're going to stop is going to be right about here, this area. So around the 4,700 area. After that is going to be the 4,800. And if we go past this, here's the kicker. Remember, people want to get reelected. This is the fundamental part of trading and investing. You have to make sure you're making people happy. If you're not making people happy, you're not going to get elected. There's nothing but blue skies ahead. Nothing but new higher highs. So at this point, the SPX, aka the C fund, will most likely do some sideways action and then a little pullback to a continuation into that bull market that we've been in. So that's it for the C fund. Let's go to the S fund that has that weird name, the DWCPF, Dow Jones, aka the S fund. All right, so in the S fund, Let's see what's happening here. All right, let's make that a little bit bigger and get rid of that and bring it on over. All right, so once again, we're still in this consolidation, but if you notice, we are in a very good bull trend. So we already waited for the break-in confirmation here. We have a very strong bullish bar here. So of course, we're looking for it to hit right over here around 1856. This is going to be in that channel that we're trading in right now and been trading in for, oh boy, since, let's see, April. We've been banging around, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But once again, the same news that would affect the C fund could affect the S fund. And that is, if the interest rates get cut, we can most likely look for a very good run to at least the 2000 mark. And if you're like, well, what about after that? Same thing we did. We're going to look to the left. We already have some price targets already. If we go past that 2000, I see one right here. Let's do one more. We got one here, right here in this area. There. You got 2000, then it's 2200, then it's 2300, almost 2400 for our price targets, okay? And that's going to be with the market moving pretty good. So we have some more here and here, so let's make them. There we go. So low 22, high 22, and then high 23s. These are going to be our price targets if we can break this 18 level here. All right, so that's going to be pretty much what we're looking for. Now, this market here has a little bit more room to run up, just like the SPX. But once it does, it's probably going to hit this area where we're pointing at right here. It may do some choppiness, and we are looking for it to finally break out of here. Okay, so some of the reasons I'm saying that is, I want to look at here. All right, now if you notice, I got an alert here saying this is probably the lowest the market's going to be for a while. Even though at this point, my close of the candle was here. There. Well, that's nice and all, but what does that tell me? Well, in my mind, right now I'm seeing divergence. So this was my low, but my last low is over here, down here. So the candle or price action is going lower. But the information here, my indicators telling me, hey, you've already probably bottomed out, and it was not as low inversion of the strength as this current one. So this telling me they're going to go up. So I'm pretty confident in that, the fact that we may bounce around for a little bit, but we are going to see some higher highs in the S fund. So you got to be patient. There may be a pullback, and that pullback may happen. Let's see. Let's look with structure. All right. So we're going to say this area here.